So if I fidget with my hair throughout this whole video, I apologize. It's all over the place and I don't feel like straightening it. And it's just normal girl problems. But this is my video because somebody, an anon, asked me to further elaborate on what shame meant to me rather than just review it. And I thought that was actually a pretty good idea because I have so much to say about shame. Not just because it was, Michael Fassbender film. It was because it's actually a really good movie, and it's not just about sex. It's not just a guy with a sex addiction. I think anybody could actually relate to Brandon, and not in the sexual way, but just in a way of being addicted to something. And so I thought, on my personal stance about it, so I guess this is where we sit back and take some time, drink some tea, or if you're a coffee person, take some coffee. And this is, the more, I don't know, not personable side of me. I guess you could say it's a more personal side of me, but it's more of a story time rather than me reviewing the film and being critical. But so let's just sit down, relax, and have some food. Okay, so I was watching other reviews for Shame, and people keep commenting on the one thing that is not, why, and it's dick. It's Fassy's dick. And I will admit, I did make a comment in my reviews about Fassy's dick. And, okay, we're just putting it on the table. It's fucking huge. There, story's over. You don't need to talk about it anymore. Because the thing is people are so concentrated on Fassy dick, or fast dong as people call it, that they're completely losing, like, the whole, concept of this movie. There's so much more to this movie than sex and dick. But in defense of people that are curious about dick, it's just human nature. You're gonna wonder about people's dick size. It's just something that people have a fascination about. Freud probably wrote about it before. I don't know, but like seriously, people, there's so much more to this movie than fast dong or Fassy's dick or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay, I already established it's huge. We can just move on, right? Yeah, okay, awesome. But the personal side of this is that, I see so much of me in Brandon. Like, I know a lot of people that either have an addiction to something, and it doesn't have to be a sex addiction. You could see something in Brandon. And I don't really have an addiction. I just have a destructive path like he does, where he'll do something, like his sex addiction destroyed his family life. I guess you could say, friendships kind of put him in a, heavy place. His relationships, his work, all that kind of stuff. His addiction ruined his life. And that's kind of what happened to me when boys were thrown into the picture when I turned, 17. Because since I was 17, when I was 17, I lost 50 pounds. And my life completely changed. I went from the girl that was deemed ugly to the very pretty one. And I was treated like shit because I didn't know what I was doing. And then once you get treated like shit enough, and enough bad shit happens to you, you fall into a routine of doing things. And that's what happened to me. I fell into a routine. And so now with guys, sad to say that I don't look for, true love or anything. I look for the fun part of it. Take the fun part as you will, because you're probably thinking, and you're probably mostly right. And the thing is that why this movie kind of spoke to me, it was because Brandon, when he's trying to do the normal thing, he can't do it. And that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. And after that, all that happened, I had my little spiral downward because something else happened too. And so I see me and Brandon. All those scenes with Marianne, I had something, I swear to God, that was almost exactly like that. In some way, in some aspects. Between a date of not knowing what to do, having the wrong answers, and not knowing how to answer things, to that really, flirty and fun walk back to the train and having that last moment and not knowing what to do. And then realizing what you did, and once you finally do it, you kind of, you know, fuck it up, and then it not going right, and then you just spiral downwards. And it didn't happen in that matter, like in the movie, but things did happen like that to me. And that's why this movie speaks to me so much, is because I could find Brandon in myself. And I feel like if you could find Brandon in yourself in some ways, even if it's not from, like, either if it's an addiction or not knowing what to do when something's normal or anything like that, you'll understand shame 10 times better. Because I knew walking into that cinema to go see Shame, I knew something, I was already unsettled walking into that movie, because I knew I was going to see something in him that I saw in myself. Because even just a few of the clips, I was like, wow, I've done that before, but wow, I kind of see where this is going, and I've kind of had moments in my life like that. I don't love this movie because you see Fassbender's dick. I don't love this movie because it has a whole bunch of sex. I don't like this movie because there's really some bad dirty talk. I like this movie because you could find Brandon in you, and you don't have to have, you know, commitment issues like I do, or you don't have to have a sex addiction like Brandon. You could have any kind of addiction or any kind of demon in your closet or within you, I don't know, you could relate to him no matter what your problem is. And I think that's why this movie is so amazing, and why I love it so much, is because there's demons inside of all of us. Some might be, you know, more, you know, obvious than others, or simply they could be very hidden demons. I like this movie simply because it's so real, and there's no fakeness in this. This is as raw as it gets. And it's really hard to find that in a movie nowadays, because movies are just so commercialized and everything. And I think Steve McQueen as an artist before a director really makes this wonderful. So this was my more personal, you know, response to Shame, and a little share of the story and everything like that. And I hope people liked it. And yeah, so I really do like talking and making videos. So anybody that watches them, thank you very much. And if you ever have any questions, you just put them in my Ask box or message me or something like that, and I'll be glad to answer them privately or whatever. But yeah, as I said earlier in my other videos, I'll be doing a lot more reviews, because people do send me messages and say they're really good. So I'm gonna try and keep making them good, and if not, make them interesting too. And once life gets a little bit more exciting for me, I will probably do, not like daily videos or something like that, I'll probably do videos of when I'm out and about and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll stop making videos for tonight. And thank you for watching. Have a good night. Bye.